welcome back to Bring Back the Girls. I'm so happy to have you back, or welcome. So in this video, I'm so excited. I got to talk to my best friend Kyra McHenry, and we just had a blast during this little interview. We talk about how Kyra transformed from being a Milky Way all the way up to stars, and we also talk about her time as a proud Omni alumni. She was on the first ever Omni team when it was created. So that was pretty cool to talk about. We also dish a little bit about the NCA curse because, of course, it's NCA week. We had to talk about it. And we got to hear Kyra's side of the story about what happened NCA Day 2 of 2017. Kyra also, if you didn't know this, is an incredible tumbler, and she gives some awesome advice on how to enhance your tumbling and how to build skills, which is pretty cool. Kyra also talks about how to manage feedback from your coaches and dealing with new bases each year. And lastly, we just discuss our favorite routines within cheerleading. So I really hope you enjoy this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Yeah, I'll see you at the end of the video. All right. Well, hello everyone. Welcome back. We have our third lovely guest, Miss Kyra. Hi, Kyra.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
So we're gonna get started with some questions. And the first thing that I ask everyone is just explain your cheerleading journey and how you became a shooting star, and also any accomplishments that you want to throw in there.
Okay, so how I became a cheerleader in general is my cousins Jackie and Julia were cheerleaders, and I would watch them. And then one day I was like, I want to do this. And then I went to World Cup and tried out there because that's where they cheered. I think Julia was on Dippers at the time, and Jackie was on Suns or Odyssey. And I tried out, and Ty was the person that tried me out because I was late to tryouts. I came late into the season. Yeah, I couldn't even do a back handspring or I could barely do a cartwheel back then.
Oh, Ty.
And I know I miss Ty. He was great.
I feel like everyone's origin story at World Cup stems from Ty. Like Julia
Right?
talked about Ty as well. Like he had such an impact on everyone. I
He
mean,
really did. He was so great. He was such a great coach. I wish he stayed around longer, to be honest.
okay, so you can go through the teams that you went through. Those of you watching who don't know, there's like a progression that has been like a thing at World Cup. Yeah, so it goes Milky Ways, Dippers, Twinkles, Starlight, Stars, or Odyssey, like that
Yeah.
was the thing to do. But Kyra has a little different journey. Would you want to go through
Yes,
that?
my journey is a little bit different. I started on Milky Ways my first year training, which is level 2, and then got all the way up to my layout that year. So that the next year I made Twinkles, which was very exciting because it was only my second year cheering. And then I was on Twinkles for 2 years.
Crazy that you got.
Thank
You're incredible. I don't think like that
you.
took me so long to get a layout. Anyways, continue.
And then Twinkles for 2 years. And then after Twinkles, I went to Starlights. I double teamed my first year on Starlights to Omni, and then, which was the first ever Omni team. I double teamed my second year of Starlights to Suns, and then 4 years on Shooting Stars.
Yeah, so a little different. And you were
Yeah.
on Twinkles Chasing Perfection year.
I was. I
Mhm.
was.
I don't think a lot of people know that.
Probably not because I was not one of the main people. I honestly still couldn't do my full that year. So I didn't really do much. I did a prep in the pyramid.
Hell yeah.
You know what? This is my claim to fame in Twinkles Chasing Perfection. I front spotted Andrea. When that TikTok fell,
I was standing right there.
you can see me. I was the front spot.
And you didn't hold it up all by yourself?
I know I should have. I should have done better. Wait, do you remember that we went out to yogurt, frozen yogurt, when it was my first year on Twinkles because I was having such a hard time with not doing anything. Do you remember that?
I do. I think after that I threw up outside of the car.
I do remember that. And your mom texted my mom and was like, I think Lauren got food poisoning. Is Kyra okay?
It was the boba that I put in my yogurt. Yes, I do remember that. You were very upset. But look, you became, honestly, in my opinion, like the best Tumblr on Shooting Stars. And like, I don't know, you grew so much from, Twinkles Chasing Perfection all the way up till Stars. So
Thank you.
kudos to you. So you mentioned Omni, and I wanted to touch on that. So you were, like you said, on the first year that Omni was ever created, which was
2014.
2014. Whenever I think of Omni, I just think of like the little green bows. I don't know why.
We didn't have green bows back then yet, but
Well, I correlate green bows with Omni. Same with like red bows with Odyssey.
yes, and pink bows for Suns. We started that when I
Mhm.
was 15.
Yeah, pink bows, and then Stars just had the leopard bows.
Yes.
Just the leopard bows. Did you know like that ribbon that they
Oh,
used for the shooting star bows?
my class was the last one to have the original material
Yeah, they got rid of that material.
because they
I don't
couldn't find it anywhere
think
anymore.
it was Elaine or Joelle that was freaking out, like buying it in bulk.
My class was the last one to have it. So I have an original shooting star bow.
I have one too. I think that's a flex that we can.
I think it is a flex.
Anyway, so Omni,
Yes.
they won Worlds last year. So
Um,
my question is, are you a proud alumni?
oh, I was so proud. Seeing that Omni won was honestly, it made me so happy because honestly, it was just so exciting to see another team other than Shooting Stars win because
That's what I was gonna say.
it's
Yeah.
just so exciting to see somebody else win and them get some attention as well. Like obviously Shooting Stars they're always amazing. They're always really, really good. But to see another team at World Cup get some recognition for something like that, that's so exciting.
We were talking before this, and we were saying that the last team other than Stars to win Worlds was
Mhm.
Starlights when junior level teams were allowed to compete.
Exactly. And Odyssey globed once.
They did.
Other than that, no other team has globed or won Worlds, so it's just so exciting to see other teams at World Cup succeeding just as much as Stars have succeeded in the past.
I didn't follow cheerleading too much, but when I saw that on Twitter, I was like,
I
oh,
know. It made me so proud. Because honestly, the first ever Omni team, I think we placed maybe seventh or eighth at Worlds. We were good for back then.
I mean, yeah, seventh place, first year
Yeah.
having that team in that division. That's
Mhm.
awesome.
That's been back when small co-ed was really difficult too.
Yeah, because Smoed, who
Small
else? Brandon
Brandon
Senior
Senior
Black.
Black. There were so many teams.
I'm like trying to think of more
That's
teams.
all I can remember from that time period, not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
Well, yay, Omni.
I know, right? It's so exciting to watch so many teams succeed at World Cup.
Yeah, and there's so many new divisions now and opportunities, so
Yeah, there are so many divisions now.
I don't know. All right. So, NCA is this weekend. It's happening this
Is
weekend.
it really?
Crazy.
Yeah,
I loved NCA week. Just going
so did
there.
I.
And
I love Texas though.
they have good vibes.
I
This
agree.
the convention's so fun. It's just you meet everyone there, like all the teams that
Yes.
you love to hang out with. From Hot Shots, the people that you keep in contact, you would meet up with them.
Exactly. And honestly, everyone thinks that the arena is so scary, and it's not. It's not as scary as everyone thinks it is.
Do you remember in the back when you were waiting like on deck, there was a wall that everyone would kiss with their lipstick?
Yes, and I honestly think that's kind of gross now that I
Yeah,
think
now
about
it, you
now
know,
that I think about it.
COVID, post-COVID.
But not really sanitary, but it's okay.
No, but I do remember that wall, and I remember, what was that lip product?
Soft lips.
Soft lips, and they would give those to us, and you would also get deodorant too, like little deodorant.
Yes. I wait, you're like unlocking
I
memories
know, and they would
forgot that
have
I
them
had.
for all the athletes, and
Yes.
the blotting.
Oh yes, like the blotting sheets. Yes.
Oh my God, why is this all like?
It's like all unlocking right now. I completely
I wonder if they
forgot
still
about it.
do that.
I loved those chapsticks.
Me too. We're like a Rite Aid, I think. I don't know.
Uh,
Anyways, NCA
anyway.
NCA is this weekend. And I talked to Julia about this particular performance, and it's kind of like my Roman Empire. Every time I
Mine
think
too.
of NCA,
Mine too.
I think of the Day 2 2017 performance at NCA. It was Julia pushing Kyra in the two-man stunt. So, Kyra, I just want to hear your side of the story. Talk us through what happened and what you were thinking when that fall happened, because it was a big fall, and you did hit your
Oh,
head very hard, Kyra.
I did. But the one thing that I was thinking was that I needed to get up because Joelle was gonna be mad at me. I was like, get up, you go finish the pyramid. I was actually
And you
off
did.
for every single thing in that routine after that, but I did get up and finish it. So
Yeah,
it's
you
okay.
did.
And I
And
never
you
got concussion tested or anything. I probably should have, but it's okay. We survived.
you did. You got back up, and you
Yeah.
almost were early with the spin. I rewatched the video. You had
For
to wait.
the bow and arrow. Yeah.
Yeah. You guys were a little bit ahead because obviously you were flustered and
I think everyone in the group was just because that was my group. I think that was my full group for the pyramid. Well, plus one more because that was a two-man in. But I think we were all just a little flustered and we were like, "What actually just happened?" Because like one, how does that even happen?
yeah, it was weird. I tried to rewatch it and it just seems like there was just a misplacement. The fact it went straight to the floor, it was crazy.
I mean, honestly, if I remember back, I don't think it really hurt that bad. I don't. I think it's more of like the shock, like, oh my God, like what just happened?
Because when you're in a routine, you do it so many times.
Yeah,
It
it's
sounds
like
bad.
second
There's some
nature.
parts that okay, yeah, I did that, and you move on.
Exactly. It's like something that you don't expect to happen, and it's not something that's ever happened at practice. Like, yeah, we fell at practice. Not like that. That's just never something that you expect to fall that way.
Yeah, especially at NCA.
No, and that's so embarrassing. Like, I think that was the worst part about it is
People
falling
did
at a
cheer you.
major competition like that. You can hear the whole arena in the
It
video.
moved. They felt bad, and they cheered us on towards the end.
They did. They probably just felt bad for me. One of my memories from that time was after we got off the floor, your grandma came up to me and gave me $20 for falling on my head.
What'd you buy with the $20?
Honestly, I think I will probably just went to go buy food. I honestly don't remember, but I just remember your grandma coming up to me to give me $20.
So funny. All right. Well, I'm glad we got that over with, and we know that Julia didn't push you because that was.
I think honestly, for one, I think because we did the tango that she was just like following me, but she was also probably trying to grab me and probably trying to help me not fall.
Yeah, she said that her thought process was to catch, but she said that she couldn't even stay up in time.
Thought it was Julia that fell though.
You could have just blamed it on her. Like, oh yeah,
It was Julia. It was Julia.
yeah, and you hit it at Worlds, so.
Right. I hit it when it counted.
So that's all that matters. We're gonna stay on NCA really quick because I want to talk to you about the NCA large all girl curse.
Hmm.
Yeah, so well, it's been broken by Panthers. Was that
I think it was 2018. Yeah, 2018.
2018 they broke it? Well, when I was still on Stars, I mean, it was kind of a thing on the team where there was I remember half the team being split. Like I would hear comments of girls
Mhm.
being like that the curse isn't a real thing. And then also some girls being, do we really want to win?
I know. I kind of was like in the middle of that, honestly, but I feel like the curse was just there and to play like mental games with the athletes, if you know what I mean. Because if you think that you're gonna win NCA and then you're not gonna win Worlds, if you win NCA, then you're gonna be like, well, I'd rather win
Exactly. Yeah,
Worlds.
you're like, I rather win Worlds.
I'd rather win Worlds.
Well, it was weird. Stars didn't win NCA a lot. I think they won
We won in 2016.
in 2010.
When we won in 2016, we placed fourth at Worlds.
Like, how could you not like relate them?
Exactly. Honestly, if I'm going to be honest here, I don't think that Panthers should have broken the curse in 2018. Still convinced we should have won in 2018.
I did watch the routine and I agree.
Especially with that Fitbit that went flying off the floor from
The
Panthers.
Fitbit? Tell me all about the Fitbit.
Yeah, I don't really remember completely what it was, but there was like some piece of like I think I'm pretty Apple Watch something like that that went flying off the floor that they threw off. Someone was wearing it during the Panthers team routine. Team routine. I just said team routine like it
A
was
lot of money,
background.
actually.
Yeah, and it went. They were wearing something, so that should have been.
So they shouldn't have broke. So maybe the curse is still there.
Yeah, the curse is still alive, guys.
This sounds so bad, and will I keep this in? I don't know, but I always felt like each year there was a script.
Wait, I agree with that. I think there's also a script. They plan out who's gonna win. Like Senior Elite last year, they haven't won in so long. It's scripted. They know who's gonna win.
You just have to hit. Remember when Panthers and we were tied, the drama of 2017?
Yes, I kind of actually forgot about that. I'm not gonna lie.
But they made a whole video and everything about it. And I just remember watching it and being like, this is stupid. Why is there a tie?
Exactly, it didn't make sense. Didn't they have a touchdown?
They did, yeah.
That's when Worlds felt special and exciting.
All the way back in 2017. I was surprised that they chose Panthers to break the curse, though, if
I
any.
was actually shocked about that too. In my opinion, I feel like was that the year of Senior Elites? Like, what's that music that everybody loved? You know what I'm talking about?
When I think of the senior elite music, I think of the year where they, the whole time in the routine, they were talking about, oh, like, we're gonna get the fourth ring, we're gonna win four, like, uno, dos, tres, cuatro. And they came in fourth place that year.
Wait, I did not know that.
Their whole music and the whole theme. I think it was 2014.
But I'm also honestly shocked that they chose Panthers too. I feel like that's something that they would choose Senior Elite for. You know what I mean?
I was either thinking senior elite or stars. And if
Interesting.
F5 was still in, I could see like F5.
Forgot F5 was in. I also think that stars were never consistent enough at both NCA and Worlds in the same year for them to ever break the curse.
I
At
don't
least
think.
when we were on the team, we were never consistent enough at both NCA and Worlds.
All right, moving on to our next question. So, based off of NCA and what we
Mhm.
just talked about, you, I would say, have gone through a lot of adversity in your cheerleading career. Do you have any tips for an athlete who's looking to get better and better, but finding themselves not getting the results that they want?
I know my biggest struggle, at least when I was cheering, was being the smallest flyer. You always got the new bases. So I would get the flyers that just came out of the air and needed to learn how to base. But honestly, the biggest part is not letting what the coaches say or anything like that get to you and not taking it so personally. They're just trying to make you better and make the team better as a whole. It's not just singling you out. You just happen to be the group that's the newest. A lot of bases have been basing for their whole entire lives, but then there's at some point that the flyers have to come out of the air eventually. Some of them, not all of them, but some of them have to come out of the air. You can't take everything personally, and you honestly just have to do the best that you can to contribute to the stunt. I think another thing is to not fight with your stunt group about things that are going wrong. Like take the
That's
breather and
one.
walk away and then come back because it's not going to help you if you guys are fighting. You're not going to mesh. You're not going to be able to consistently hit anything if there's like fighting going on within the group. You guys have to work together
Yeah.
in order to fix something.
I never told my back spots or bases what to do. I've seen some players do that.
Exactly. I didn't base, so how am I going to tell them how they should
Exactly.
you can tell them what you feel and what you
Yes,
think.
yes.
And obviously you can have an opinion because you're also part of the group, but you can't say like I think like this is how you because you're not a
Yeah.
base, you don't know. But that's also how I felt about bases trying to tell flyers how to fly.
I 100% agree. I like never felt comfortable being like, "Oh, you should grip my foot this way," but it's like, "This is what I'm feeling." Is
This
it
is what
better
I
way to
feel.
do that?
Maybe can you grab my toe a little less and move down? It would make me feel more stable.
Yeah. Instead of just being like, "You're doing this wrong."
Exactly. You can't tell them what they're doing wrong. You're a
You
flyer.
never based
You
yourself, so
I've
how would
never
you
been a day in my life.
No, that's good advice, especially when you're working with new bases too.
You have to be
Especially,
patient with new bases. That's probably the biggest thing with someone new. You have to be patient with them. 3 out of my 4 years on Stars, I had a new base every single time. It gets frustrating after a while. I'm like, why am I consistently that person? But sometimes you just have to deal with it.
and kind of what you're saying, like be friends with your bases, like try and build connections, go out to eat like after practice.
My most consistent year on Stars, I think, was my junior year, and my stunt group was so close. We were all friends, and I think also part of the problem with that those two is the age gap when you're on a senior team. Like I
Mhm.
was 13 and one of my bases was like 17, 18. Like that's a large age gap, and we don't like the same things. We don't mesh as well. But once you get older, I feel like it's kind of easier. But you kind of just have to take it and run with what you have.
Yeah, all my bases my first year on Stars were seniors.
Exactly. You don't you don't like the same things. You're not.
We're not talking about the same things either. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I
It
don't
makes
think
it
I should
very
be hearing
difficult.
this, but
Exactly. It makes it difficult.
moving on to the next question. All right. So, Kyra, I don't think you give yourself enough credit for this, but I'm going to hype you up because I think you were the most incredible tumbler of all time on Stars, in my opinion,
Thank you.
because you were always so powerful. I remember you whipped out like a one to whip double out of nowhere, or like a full whip double, and you were like, "Ah, that was low." I'm like, what do you mean? That was so good. You told me that you got a layout after 2 years of being on Milky Ways. Like, that's incredible. Do you have any tips for anyone who is looking to better their tumbling or is accelerating really fast in their tumbling? Do you have any tips for cheerleaders that are experiencing that?
I think one of the most important things about tumbling is speed. You need to be fast, quick off your hands, quick off your feet. You don't want either one to stay on the floor too long because then you're not going to get over fast enough and then you're delaying the next skill. I think that's, and honestly, I know this sounds crazy because it's probably something that every tumbling coach has ever said, but your round off.
Yes.
So important. And honestly, I didn't really realize that when I cheered, but it's something that I really picked up on once I moved to hard floor for acro. Your round up is so important and your feet placement. Where your feet land after each skill is very, very important.
Debbie Love. That was her. Remember, she would come in. Did you ever do the Debbie Love clinics?
I did, yes.
I did them too. You would do round offs the whole time pretty much.
Exactly. But round offs are so important. It's the beginning of every single running tumbling.
Gives you your power.
Your power, and that's where your speed will come from if you have a bad round off your feet. Your feet won't, if feet aren't together, your feet aren't in front of you. That's it. That's all you have.
I'm going to talk about this tumbling coach that I did not like when I was at World Cup. He shall not be named, but Kenny Wu, it's not you if you're listening.
Can I say Joe? It's not you either, because I really like Joe.
Oh, I love Joe.
Those were my two tumbling coaches. Him and Joe were actually they got me all my skills.
Yeah, but Kenny Wu helped me with most of my tumbling.
Yes.
Anthony helped me with my whips. I remember that vividly. My whips were terrible until he taught me this drill. And I would do it all the time.
Drills are very important too. I think so.
Oh yeah, drills. If you're given a drill by a coach, do it religiously and they help. Like that's how I got a standing full because I did like these toe raises on the steps.
Yes, they're very important. I think drills help. I also think being patient with skills is important too. After I got my layout, it took me almost a year to get my full, so I had to be patient with that.
3 years for me. It was bad. I had such a bad mental block.
Exactly.
But this coach that I wanted to mention, he slowed down my back handsprings. And I
think I know what you're talking about, but
I'll just say it. Yeah, he slowed down all my tumbling.
Hated him.
I hated him too. He made my tumbling worse. And I think I blame my mental block for the next 2 years on him. He had me stand in a corner and like sob.
I do remember that. It's terrible to a lot of people, but
Kenny Wu came the year before.
He came when I came.
I remember. Is it weird that I remember Kenny Wu's first practice with Twinkles? Like vaguely. Yeah, hate. And then he was at Hot Shots one time and he was like, "You're such an incredible tumbler." I'm like, "Not because of you."
Exactly. Like you were no help for anyone.
You didn't do anything for me. You made me feel like absolute crap.
Every time.
All right. Good tumbling tips. Love it. And I will be inserting all of your tumbling videos because if you've never seen Kyra tumble, she's incredible.
Yeah. Tumbling was definitely my thing. I was never really a flyer.
Your last year, like your senior year, you kind of popped off in the stunts.
Thank you. I tried.
Just saying, I remember watching a video, I think it was your senior year, and you were on a warm-up mat. I kind of remember it. Yeah, you looked good.
I think that was
I told you blossomed from twinkles all the way to stars. So you can choose whichever one if you have a favorite memory from cheerleading or a funny story that you could tell.
Okay, I told you this before. I think it's funny. Other people might not, but it's okay. One time my stunt was falling so bad at practice, and Joelle told me that I was no longer allowed to stay on the main floor because it was like embarrassing and she didn't want to look at me anymore. So she told me to go stand on the back corner floor with my stunt crew.
For those of you who don't know the back corner at World Cup, like it's just a corner that no one likes. The floor is terrible.
No one wants to be back there.
It's dark.
Yes, it is. That's what, and they called it the dungeon. No one ever wanted to go back there.
And you were subjected to the dungeon.
Yeah, but it's okay.
You came out of the dungeon.
Yeah. Happens to the best of us. It is okay. I unfortunately don't think I really have any other funny stories off the top of my head.
I have a funny story. So, fell on my face at UCA in front of the whole pyramid, and it really just I'm surprised I didn't get rug burn, honestly, but I fell. It's funny. I don't know how that happened. I just think
I
I
don't know how that happened
under-rotated and
either.
fell on my face. Kenny Wu watched it like 5 times in slow motion with me, and he's like, "I don't know how you did this.
Right.
It looks beautiful. It looks so
And then
great."
all of a sudden you just were on your face. I
So
don't know how
anyway,
that
so
happened.
he was showing that to me. He's laughing. He's like trying to actually analyze it to see what the hell happened.
Right.
So, next year we're at Hot Shots, okay? And all of our
Mhm.
stunts and the camp was done for the day. It's dinner time, and Kenny Wu comes out of dinner and he goes, "I just talked to Victor about your tumbling at UCA." And I said,
Victor Rosario?
"Yeah, from Top Gun. The
Yeah.
owners of Top Gun." He showed them the video. He showed them.
That was so unnecessary. You did not need to do that.
Honey, we were just trying to figure out what happened. Why would you
Why?
show them me falling? They're the
We could have
owners
left
of Top Gun.
that one in the past.
You ruined my shot of being on TGLC, okay? They just saw me fall on my face.
Yeah, it's okay.
And then whenever I saw Coach Victor, it was just like, you don't know me. You don't know who I am.
I love
But
that.
anyways, so yeah, the owners of Top Gun have seen me eat Matt in
I think
front of
they
a.
might have actually saw it in person too that year. You never know. Sorry.
All right, so we're closing out our interview. How sad. So sad. I've been having so much fun. We've been talking so much gossip.
I know.
What is your favorite routine of all time?
Top Gun 2014, TJLC.
What year was that?
2014, the Beach Boys.
I love that year. You better run, run, run.
Run, Run.
That
Yes,
was
that's my favorite one of all time. I don't know why, but something about their dance just really stuck with me from then. But you know what? I think there's always just something so exciting about Top Gun. You never know what they're going to come out with. It's just like always so unique and so different from anything that they've put out in the past and that other people have put out. So it's always
they always come out with something different. They come up with baskets.
exactly, exactly. And that's just like that's what's so special about Top Gun is that it's always fun and exciting and
That year.
yes, and they always have something to keep you fully entertained and keep people wanting to come back and watch more and like see what they put out the next year. That is what is so exciting about Top Gun.
And everyone wants to go there.
Yes, I could have moved to Florida and been on TGLC. I would have.
I would have gone.
I would have loved to.
Yeah,
Definitely.
2014 was good. I forgot about that year. Did they win that year?
Yes,
Oh,
I think so.
do we know anyone that was on that? I knew a couple of people on the team, I
I
think.
don't think we knew anybody on that team yet because that's right before I think they all started going down to Top Gun. I think everyone started like Taylor McKenna and them all went down in 2015.
More people that we knew were on top.
Yes, and then they all started going down, and they all I was really happy for all those boys that went down there. They all
Yeah,
did so well down there.
yeah.
Really opened up opportunities for them that didn't have a World Cup.
Especially after that 2016 year
It
when
opened up a lot for them. I'm glad that Justin and Cooper
they all
got
got their
home
rings.
worlds. They deserved it.
What about Cooper?
Justin and Cooper, they deserved those rings.
Yeah. Oh, he's a dental student now.
I know. He comes up on my TikTok for you
I
page.
know. Same. I'm
And
like,
Justin Gonzalez dating Gabby Fuller, slay.
wait, I bet when I was at Top Gun, Justin, for the first time in a long time, I was called LP. He goes,
Oh,
LP.
I forgot we used to call you that and Julia JP.
Yeah, oh yeah, they're a couple, Gabby Fuller and Justin.
So cute.
Iconic. They're all their matching outfits. I follow them on Instagram, so
How do I? You know, I keep up just because I think they're
keep
cute.
up with their
I don't
relationship.
like fully keep up with their lives, but I always check like
I,
everyone.
I do check in. I'm like, oh, what are they doing
Like,
now?
what are they doing? Are they still together? I was like, I hope they get married.
Oh, they definitely are.
They have to, right?
Can they?
Love how this is what we're thinking about right now.
We'll find someone, right? Last question, last and final question that I'm going to be asking every guest is what is your favorite stars routine of all time? You didn't have to be on the team, just any stars routine.
Oh, of all time?
All time.
Oh, I thought this was gonna be like okay, so for my favorite from when I was on the team was Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I really loved Fashionistas.
Fashionista is just
Definitely
it's
one
one of
of
the 3
them.
years that they won 3 in a row.
Yes, I think that they should have done that in the 10-year anniversary of Fashionistas. I don't remember what year it was though.
I think Fashionista, I want to say 2009, but I could be wrong. I'll put it
I
in.
think
It will
so.
be in the
Yeah.
video, so.
Yeah, I think that was one of my
That
favorites.
dance is just so good.
Yes, I think so too. It was
Was
great.
it Eric Little?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
It might have been Eric Little. I think it actually might have been. I don't quote me on that or anything, but
Yeah, I don't know either. The only reason why I'm saying Eric Little is because Joelle on Twitter posted something about Eric Little.
it might be. I know it wasn't whatever his name is, Jamie
Yeah, it
Christian.
wasn't, or was
Eric.
it Jamie?
Maybe. I don't think so.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Kyra, for coming on. I had such a fun time talking with you.
You too. Thank you for having me.
And you're always welcome back.
Thank
I
you.
have so many we have so many topics, so many stories, so you could
Oh,
just
I'm
ask me
all
like
here
that.
for it. I have so many for you.
All right. Well, I will talk to you after I stop this recording.
Okay, great.
So thank you guys so much for watching. Happy NCA week. I'm sorry this video is out pretty late. I have finals coming up, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get a video up next Sunday. It just depends, honestly. We'll see what happens. Wish me luck on benchmarking and final exams. But I hope to see you guys next week. Let me know if you guys have any stars that you want me to talk to or have any ideas. I'm having so much fun with this little series, so yeah, please subscribe, like, and then follow me on social media. All right, bye guys.